Call to order Bedford Township Planning Commission regular meeting, June 10th, 2020. If you could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic that stands one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty
and justice for all. Mr. Garbutt, could you take the roll call, please?
Ms. Tinneberry?
Here.
Ms. Tinneberry?
Here. Present.
Mr. Helm?
Here.
Mr. Fritz?
Here.
Mr. Mahoney?
Here.
Mr. Jenkins?
Here.
Garbutt's present, and Mr. Angler.
Here. Next, we move on to the approval of the agenda. As long as there's nothing else to add, I will entertain a motion this time.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and support. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? None. Next, we move on to the approval of the minutes of the May 27th, 2020 meeting. I will entertain a motion for anybody that was here for that meeting.
Move we approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and support. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Next, we move on to public comment. Do we have anybody calling in for the public comment, George? Thank you. Hi, this is the Planning Commission. We're at the public comment. Would like to speak anything tonight?
No, this is Dave Kuhn. I'm the engineer for the Timber Valley Phase 4, so I'm just here when you're going through that part of it for any questions
Okay.
and answers and stuff like that. So I'll be here just waiting, see if you got any questions.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So we will wait for a moment to see if there is any public that would like to call in to speak tonight. Thank you, George. Thank you. With that, we will move on to new business. The first is a request for final site plan approval for Timber Valley Multiple Family Living Phase 4 on parcel number 5802-035-02600, located on the east side of Lewis Avenue, south of Stearns Road. Karen, can you give us some background?
Yes, well, we may want to allow Dave Schmidt to enter.
Yes, that'd be great.
Dave, are you on the line?
Hello.
Okay,
I am,
Dave.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to go over the analysis now, so then they'll ask you questions after that, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, again, the applicant is Oak Creek Holdings. The owner is the same. Dave Schmidt is the owner and representative, currently zoned RM1 and RM2, single-story rental units. This request is for final site plan approval for Phase 4 of the Timber Valley Luxury Apartment Villas located on Lewis Avenue between Stearns Road and Smith Road. Phase 1 through 3 have been approved and constructed, and the parcel is properly zoned for multiple family residential. Phase 1 consists of 22 units, 2 16 units, 3 36 units, and 26 units are proposed in Phase 4 to complete the 100-unit project. Approval letters have been received from the Manikin Smith Group on 6/2/2020, the Fire Department 3/17/2020, Drain Commission 5/22/2020, and no review is required from Monroe County Road Commission, as the project is within a private drive with no additional curb cuts onto a public road. While there are contingencies of approval listed in the review letters received from the Monroe County Drain Commission, Fire Department, MSG, the Fire Department issue regarding the street name change has been addressed, and the street has been renamed Golden Ash Lane between White Oak Lane and Willow Lane to avoid potential confusion and delays for emergency responders. All remaining issues will be addressed prior to scheduling the project's pre-construction meeting. Regarding landscaping, the foundation landscaping plan is located on sheet 3 of 21 and is consistent with the existing landscaping in previous phases. It should be noted that there are no requirements for screening between subject residential project and the single residential property to the south, east, and south. Sheet 20 of 21 identifies a maintained tree line that may be better identified on an aerial on sheet 5 of 21. However, there is a limit of disturbance area within the tree line. The developer stated they are not removing the tree line beyond what will be required to install the stormwater line and the catch basins, which may be minimal as the line appears to be in an area north of the existing tree line. In speaking with the developer regarding off-site headlight pollution from the north and south stub ends of Willow Lane, Mr. Schmidt agreed to vehicles navigating on Willow Lane could cast headlight pollution onto neighboring properties, and said he will address screening at both the north and south ends of the stub street. You did receive that page where that was changed. That was not included in the full packet, only because we received it afterwards, but he has submitted and provided additional screening. We can go over that a little bit later. Site lighting, no street lighting is proposed. Individual post lamps shall be installed with the units. Architectural renderings and building materials, the color rendering and elevations are consistent with the previous phases, consisting of a front elevation of cultured stone wainscot on main portion of the structure with varied amounts on the garage frontage. All structures are of an earth tone color scheme. Land combination, it has been confirmed the applicant is working with the assessing department to combine all parcels associated with this development. We have received the survey to combine all the properties and the legal descriptions, and Alan is working on that to get the combination put together. So the applicant has addressed a couple of the concerns in here, one being the sheet for the, if you pull out that single sheet that we had included, you can see where Willow Lane, a fence has been added on the south side and on the north side with an additional 3 plantings on the sides of that to keep the headlight pollution onto the site rather than casting off onto the neighboring properties to the south. And again, the land combination has also been started, so we feel that they're moving in they're addressing the concerns that we have as a township, and now they will be working on those that from the review letters from the reviewing agencies.
Thank you, Karen. Mr. Schmidt, is there anything you'd like to add to Karen's analysis?
No, not really. Just that, the first 3 phases that we did have been very successful. I think the project's turned out really nice. I think it's an asset to the community, and we'd like to finish it up with these last 26 units.
Thank you. At this time, I will address any questions or comments from the board. See that I can only see a couple people. Karen, would you pick on the people that are raising their hands?
Sure.
Thank you.
Then we have Nancy.
Well, I drove through there and I noticed there aren't sidewalks. I wasn't on the planning commission during the first phases. And I thought if I lived there, it would be very difficult to walk around the neighborhood, especially in the evening. I didn't see street lights. I saw 2, and the cars park right in the roadway on the lane. I'm assuming they're cars of friends coming over, because there were like 6 or 7 on that first road as you come in, and it was very difficult to navigate without, going out into the other lane. So my question, I understand you don't have sidewalks there, but my question is on the site characteristics that Karen just read talk about no street lighting is proposed. Individual post lamps shall be installed with the units. I didn't see individual post lamps on the current units.
No, we have private street lighting. I mean, I don't know what you call post lamps, but they're just like street lights. There's more than 2 of them there, Nancy. I'm not sure. There's 4 of them in the back, and there's probably 3 or 4 as you come in and go down the road. There's probably a total of, I'd say, at least 8 street lights there now.
Oh, really? You mean
Yeah.
at the corners? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, going down Timber Valley Lane when you come in, and then going down Timber Valley Lane, and then when you get to the back there where it's kind of a square, there's one at each corner.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw, just one at each corner. So, is that really enough for people walking at night?
I think so. We haven't had any problems at all. I haven't had any complaints on it. I mean, we kind of patterned it over after what if it was a public street, I think we kind of space them out the same way. So yeah, I think it's adequate to answer your question.
Okay, and then how do you handle the snow plowing and lawn mowing and upkeep in there in terms of the community?
We hire that out. We have contractors that do that, and we take care of it all. So it's no burden on the township at all. We take care of all the snow plowing and sidewalks and whatnot, grass cutting, all the maintenance on the site. We take care of ourselves.
Okay, then my last question, I thought that's how it was handled. I just wanted to be sure of that. And then my last question is handicap parking. I use a handicap tag myself, and so I'm wondering if there's no parking near my friend that I want to go visit there. Is there any? I saw the little pull-offs that have maybe 3, I think, places to park, but I didn't see anything for handicap. Is that not required on a private road?
Dave, I can answer that. Dave,
okay.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
All right. The township engineer wants us to add a handicap parking space on one of those three spots. So we're going to add that before we have pre-construction meeting. So one of those handicap spots will be added to one of those 3 on either on one side or the other side.
In just this new phase? In just this new phase? I didn't see any.
New phase.
Oh.
Well, so yeah, Nancy, let me just address this too. I mean, this is a project where each unit has its own 2-car garage with a driveway. So it would be very similar to a single-family home where, if you're handicapped, you park in the driveway, I guess, or in the street. It's no different than they don't have handicap spots in a regular street in a subdivision. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very, pretty much the same thing.
You're right. I didn't. I'm thinking of it as a public thing, and I guess it isn't. So I shouldn't say I guess it isn't, and so I need to redesign my thinking here. I'm thinking of visitors, not really people who live there. But thank you very much.
Yeah,
you answered my questions.
But that being said, Nancy, we do have a couple of. They're not shown on the plan here. We do have a couple of spots where we've got 2 or 3 parking spots, like we're showing in the back in Plat 4 there on Golden Ash Lane and Sugar Maple.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of those also in Plat 2. I'd be happy to add a handicap spot to those.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, no,
I
think that's a good idea. Well, I think it's a good idea. I'd be happy to do it.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And those are all the questions I had. Matt.
Okay, thanks, Nancy.
Does anybody else have any questions? I don't see any further questions. Matt?
Thank you, Karen. If there are no other questions, I will entertain a motion at this time.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion. And make a motion that we grant final site plan approval for Timber Valley Multiple Family Living Phase 4 on parcel number 5802-035-026, located on the east side of Lewis Avenue, south of Stearns Road, subject to compliance with the Manick and Smith Group letter of June 2nd, 2020, the Fire Department letter of March 17th, 2020, Monroe County Drain Commission letter of May 22nd, 2020. There's no review from the Monroe County Road Commission. So that's my motion.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a support?
I'll support that with the friendly
Support.
amendment that you add the handicap parking that he said he would put in phase 2.
I'll accept that.
Thank you.
All right, I have a motion. I have support by Ms. Tinneberry. Can I get a roll call? Mr. Garvick, please.
Joe, you're muted. Patrick's muted, Brad's muted.
How am I now?
You're good.
Am I good?
You're good.
Mr. Helm,
Yes.
Mr. Fritz,
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney,
Yes.
Garvick votes yes. Ms. Tinneberry,
Yes,
Mr. Jenkins,
Yes.
and who did I miss? Mr. Angler.
Yes. Motion carried. And that's all we have for the new business. I will move on to public comment at this time. This is for anything that we discussed today or any other time. We'll give a few moments for someone to call in if they'd like. George, just let me know when we should move on. Thank you.
Dave, are you still on?
I am, yes.
Unless you have something that you want to add at public comment, you and Dave Kuhn could both leave the meeting unless you have something you'd like to say.
You're kicking us out?
No, you can say if you want to. We're such a great
No, I'm
group.
just joking. All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, George. Next, we will move on to new information. Karen, do you have anything for us?
The only thing is you will notice in your packet, or what was emailed to you, the zoning text amendment for the ag district. We would like you to take a look at that, review it, send your comments or questions that you have to us, so we can gather information that might be needed to address what your concerns or comments are, and then work on getting this prepared to take to the Planning Commission for review and discussion. And hopefully we will have all of the items that you send in to us that you would like to gather information on, and we can discuss it. Then what we would have to do is we would have to schedule this for a public hearing, because it is a new zoning district and it would require rezoning of properties. So if you would please take a look at this, review it, comment on it, provide the comments either to Jody or myself, and then we will go from there.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Any commission or staff comments?
well, my power is out at home, so I have like a page and a half here that I'm going to read. Is that all right?
That's
No.
fine.
Okay. I won't then.
All right, with that, I will move for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion
Support.
and
Second.
support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Meeting adjourned.